What is up everyone, how's it going? Hope you're keeping well and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Gaming 14 has come and gone and what a game week it was for my team. A massive green arrow and I have a certain Burnley 4 million defender to thank for that. We can't dwell on it too much though, as Gaming 15 is just around the corner with a Tuesday night deadline, so it's time to start planning ahead. Before I get into today's video, 70% of my viewers aren't actually subscribed to the channel, so if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. I'm currently on the road to 5k subs, trying to get there before Christmas. I'm just over 200 subs off it, so if you are watching this and you aren't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, support the channel and help me reach my goal. Stick around also towards the end of the video where I'll be heading to my own GA club, Kiltuber GA, for my weekly captaincy video. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I'd fared out in Gaming 14, I will also be looking at my transfer plans and team selection ahead of Gaming 15. Right then, that's the intro out of the way, let's get into the video. Looking back to my Gaming 14 review, I scored 69 points for the game week, which is a massive score for the team. If you go back to my YouTube deadline stream on Saturday, I heavily tipped Taylor to do well, so I started him over cash, and somehow in the first minute he came away with an assist and then kept a clean sheet to come away with a massive 10-point haul. Taylor was a massive differential, so hopefully you listened to me on stream and started Taylor over cash and grab yourself those 10 points. Moving on to the other 3 o'clock games, Bukayo Saka picked up a goal in a 2-1 win for Arsenal, and he also picked up 1 bonus point to come away with 8 points from the game. Unfortunately, Zinchenko made a mistake late on, and Wolves capitalised on this to wipe out my Saliba clean sheet, so he only came away with 1 point for the game week. After a disappointing first half for Brian Mbeumo against Luton, which saw him have 4 shots off target, he finally grabbed himself an assist when he set up Ben Mee from a corner, so he came away with 5 points from the game. 3 out of my 4 players returning in the 3 o'clock games was a great start to the game week, but unfortunately in the half-5 kickoff, I had no Newcastle involvement, and that Gordon goal, along with the Trippier assist, and along with that Newcastle clean sheet, hurt me massively, and it saw me drop 200k back to 500k where I started off. Moving on to Sunday's games, I put my trust in Mo Salah for the armband, and it was a very hard watch as Darwin Núñez squandered every chance Salah made for him, but thankfully Salah got an assist late on, so he came away with 10 points from the armband. It was a very difficult watch watching Núñez, but I'm only thankful that I kept Watkins in my team and didn't bring in Núñez for a hit. Speaking of Watkins, I wasn't too hopeful of a start after Emery's comments on Thursday night, but I wanted to avoid the hit bringing in Núñez, so I kept Watkins in the team, and thankfully he made the starting 11 against Bournemouth, and he picked up a goal and an assist to come away with a massive 11-point return. If you watched my last video, I spoke about Ollie Watkins being a seasoned keeper, and thankfully I listened to myself by keeping him in the team, and he definitely won't be leaving my team anytime soon. The less said the better about Areola, after he conceded once again to only come away with 2 points at home to Palace. He's been a very disappointing own since bringing him in on the wildcard in game week 8, so ahead of game week 15 I could be potentially looking at bringing in a goalkeeper this week. After Salah only got 10 points from the armband, I was fearing the worst in the late kick-off in what should have been a Haaland haul. He missed chance after chance, but to be fair to him, he picked up 2 assists, but he also picked up a yellow card late on, so only came away with 7 points from the game. A 2-point difference between Salah and Haaland was a great outcome for myself as a Salah captainer, and I'll happily take that outcome. Heung-min Son was the star of the late kick-off after he picked up a goal, then scored an own goal, and then grabbed an assist late on to come away with a massive 10-point haul. I spoke about in my last video about keeping Son, especially with a great run of fixtures for Spurs up until the new year, so hopefully you kept him in your team. All in all, 69 points for the game week was a great score for my team, and I'm now sitting at 347k overall. With gains coming thick and fast over the Christmas period, so let's hope we'll be close to the top 100k by Christmas. That's the Gaming 14 review out of the way, let's move on and see how I'm looking ahead of Gaming 15. Before I get into my own Gaming 15 team selection, let's have a look at the clean sheet odds ahead of tomorrow's deadline. If you've got an Arsenal defender, or even if you're on the double up, it's good news as Arsenal rank first for the chance of the clean sheet this week with a 54% chance away to Luton. Liverpool follow close behind with a 44% chance with their away fixture to Sheffield United, so let's hope Tsimikas can make the starting 11 on Wednesday night. It's also good news for my own team as a Guehi owner, as Crystal Palace rank in the top 5 for the chance of a clean sheet with their home fixture against Bournemouth. It's probably Crystal Palace's last good fixture before the Christmas, with them facing Liverpool and City over the next 2 games, so this could be the last time I play Guehi this week. It's not great viewing if you're a cash or Areola owner, as West Ham and Aston Villa rank in the bottom 5 for the chance of a clean sheet, with West Ham playing Spurs and Villa playing City. If you have these 2 players, I'd probably recommend moving on at least one of them and look towards Newcastle defenders or even Arsenal defenders in the hopes of some clean sheets. Looking at predicted points for Gaming 15, Mo Salah tops the charts with a predicted point score of 9.1 points away to Sheffield on Wednesday night. I'm expecting a double-digit haul from the Egyptian King, so let's see how he gets on. Haaland follows closely in second with a predicted point score of 8.2 points away to Aston Villa. Although Rodri is suspended, Doku is potentially injured and Grealish is suspended after picking up 5 yellow cards, this fixture might be a bit more difficult than expected, but let's see how Haaland gets on. Saka completes the top 3 with a predicted point score of 7.6 points away to Luton, and with only 2 blanks all season for the star boy, I'm expecting him to come away with a haul on Tuesday night. Looking at my own team ahead of Game Week 15, it's good to see 4 of my starting players all make the top 10 for predicted points, and Saliba just missed out in the 10th spot with a predicted point score of 5.7 points, so hopefully we should see some good returns for my team over Game Week 15. So before we finally get into my Game Week 15 team selection, let's have a look at the most common questions I've been asked on Instagram and Twitter ahead of Game Week 15. Nick Pope dislocated his shoulder at home to Man United at the weekend, and he's set to be sidelined now for the next 4 to 5 months. So with this injury news, it paves the path for DUBRAVKA to come into the Newcastle starting 11. DUBRAVKA is priced at 3.9 million in FPL, and if you've got Turner and Areola in your team, taking out Turner and bringing in DUBRAVKA could be the move here. Newcastle have a great run of upcoming fixtures, which sees them play Everton, Fulham, Forest and Luton up until the Christmas. So with DUBRAVKA price at 3.9 million, I can't see anything wrong with bringing them into your team. After Matty Cash was benched at the weekend, and now he faces tough opposition in Game Week 15 up against City, a lot of managers will be looking to get rid of him. Saliba and Pedro Porro will be my 2 prime candidates for a cash replacement, with some nice fixtures upcoming for Arsenal and Spurs, which should see some clean sheets for either team. If you're looking for more of an attacking output from your defender, Pedro Porro is probably your man, with a great run of fixtures for Spurs up until the new year, with seasons face West Ham, Everton, Forest, Brighton and Bournemouth. With the midweek games and a congested fixture run up until Christmas, all I can say is to expect rotation. Make sure you have at least 13 to 14 starting players throughout your squad, and this should cover you over the festive period. Something I want to make a note of before Game Week 16 is the fantastic run of fixture for Chelsea up until Game Week 21, so it won't be too long before we're all on the Chelsea double up or even the Chelsea triple up. I'm happy enough with Cole Palmer in my team just for now, but it won't be too long before bringing in a Chelsea defender over the coming weeks, and I even may triple up on the Chelsea assets when Nkunku is back from injury after the new year. To finish off, in Game Week 21, a few of the high-owned players in the game will be heading off to represent their country in the African Cup of Nations and the Asian Cup. I'm just making this point to note now so you can have a plan in place and how you're going to get rid of these players. Mbeumo, Salah and Son are probably the 3 most popular players that will be heading to these competitions, so try and have a plan in place and how you're going to get rid of these. Looking at my current state of affairs, my team is in good shape at the moment. I've got one small question mark around Tsimikas on whether or not he'll start on Wednesday night. I'm hoping he does, but I've got Taylor on the bench who can sub in if he doesn't play any minutes. There's 2 main real concerns in my team with Areola on goals. Only 1 clean sheet all season and no clean sheet at all since I've owned him since the wild card in Game Week 8, so he's a big concern at the moment. Cash is on the bench as well, but he can stay there. So let's move on and have a look at my transfer plans ahead of Game Week 15. Looking at my transfer plans ahead of Game Week 15, it'll probably be the most boring transfer I do all season, but with the DUBRAVKA price at 3.9 million, I don't think I can turn up that offer. Areola has been a massive disappointment since bringing him in on wildcard in Game Week 8, so bringing DUBRAVKA into the team allows me to have a goalkeeper that plays in front of a much better defence, so hopefully I'll see some clean sheets over the next couple of game weeks. Areola and DUBRAVKA also rotate perfectly together up until Game Week 25, so let's hope DUBRAVKA retains his number 1 spot and Newcastle don't sign another goalkeeper in January. I've also got Cash on the bench, but with only 1 free transfer in Game Week 15, I want to sort the goalkeeper spots out now, and then I can get rid of Cash in Game Week 16. That's the transfer plans for Game Week 15 out of the way. Let's head to my own GA club, Kiltubber GA, and let's see the captaincy pick for Game Week 15.
Salah for the Ironman.
With Burnley thumping Sheffield United at the weekend, shipping 5 goals against them, I'm expecting Liverpool to put up the same numbers on Wednesday night, so there's no surprise to see Salah gets the armband. I'm expecting a double-digit haul from Salah. I'm also expecting a yellow card after he picks up his 200 goal for Liverpool. I don't care about the yellow card though, as long as he gets that double-digit haul. If you've made it to the end of this video, please give it a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's hit a like goal of 60 likes on this video. I'm also on the road to 5k subs, so if you're still watching this video and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below, support the channel and help me get that 5k goal before Christmas. Even if you want to just subscribe to the channel now and then you can come back after the Christmas and unsubscribe, I don't really care as long as I try and hit that 5k goal before the Christmas. I'll try and see you all before the deadline if I can make it back after work for a Game Week 15 deadline stream, so hopefully I'll see you all then. Best of luck for the game week. I'll see you in the next video.